Good morning. Fun fact number 104. Here and now. Still, it's late in the morning, but not too late. Not too, it's late, but not too late. Thank you. I'm still wiping the sleep out of my eyes. Been up for a little while, playing, like Spider Solitaire on my computer and what is it, Bejeweled Jules, whatever. Trying to wake up, had my Pop Tarts, unfrosted, strawberry, and drank most of my coffee. See, most of my coffee. Didn't even brush this. Just here I am, raw in the morning, still drinking coffee. Mm. This is the here and now. I have a sip of coffee with me. It's Saturday morning. Um, I'll be posting this a little bit probably as soon as I finish. Um, don't often do lives on rare occasion. Do some with other people on rare occasions, but life. But the here and now, it's not so bad. How's your here and now? I can see the ocean, and it's sunny, cloudy because it's still early. It might turn off. Um, Working on a lot of things. The school year's starting again, so I might start subbing again, fingers crossed, or get a permanent job so I can actually budget something. Um, Working on my third short story book, um, and having to do a lot of editing this time, and really understanding that there was some overlap in um, what I was doing, and I need to switch it up a little bit. So doing a lot of editing, applying for jobs. I got a project from a friend to do that she's gonna pay me for. Love you, baby. Um, and so that'll help. Learning how to go to food banks and stuff like that, which is helping. Um, but everything's okay. It's not brilliant. Um, let's see. What are the things you go through in your here and now? This moment, it's not bad. There's a lot of things I've accomplished up until this point, and so it makes the here and now a little bit better, but there's a lot more that I have to do. I went to karaoke Thursday and Friday night, so Thursday night I got home probably somewhere between 11:30 and midnight. Even though the karaoke ends at midnight, I knew I wasn't going to sing again, and I was just like tired. I was falling asleep. Last night I got like a second wind. I started to fall asleep. And then this one girl sang a country song that I don't really know. And she sang it so well that it kind of woke me up. So that was good. And I'm trying to think. And there were some friends there, but there were some new people, and there were some friends, supportive friends. There was a friend who drank way too much, I think. Sweet person, been going through a lot and trying to figure everything out. And I'm going to tell you a clue. Alcohol doesn't help you figure everything out. It can exacerbate the emotion, maybe help you forget the emotion, but it doesn't help you figure everything out usually. Um, I had my glass of wine. Sometimes I have cranberry juice and tonic water. Sometimes I'll try something new, but I drink a lot of water because I'm not a drunk driver. I won't do that. I usually have my glass of wine, lots of water, sometimes food, um, and sing, and sometimes dance. So by the time I'm going home, I'm not drunk. I'm probably tired. But last night, I was going to leave earlier. They go to 1 o'clock on Fridays, and I was going to leave earlier And then the person who's running the show, the KJ, said, "Do you want to sing another song?" Because I didn't have any more songs in. And I said, yes. I put it in, and it was getting close to 1 o'clock. And I was like, that's okay. I'm enjoying listening to people sing. And one of my favorite singers came up, and she was a little off last night or this morning. This morning. And I thought, oh, she's going to get the last song. Good. I won't sing another song because I'm kind of like not 100% right now. I'm a little tired. And he called me up for the last song. I was like, oh, crap. And I started off like offbeat and wrong tune and everything. But then I got into it and it was fine. And I sang Before You Go. And then I wanted to say, and before you go, don't forget to tip your bartender and your KJ. But some of the regular people just had a lot of fun listening to people sing, talking to people, getting to know some people better that come, but I don't often get to sit and talk with. So that was nice, and got home a little after 1 and couldn't sleep right away, so it was probably up till 2, just looking at YouTube videos and the craziness of the United States of America that aren't so united right now because of a divisive leader and an authoritarian leader and a fascist and somebody who's, you know how I feel about that person. I think he's a murderer. They're calling him a pedophile now. I know that's true. But I also know that even from his first presidency, people died because of what he did. And when you have a leader that's not, that's actually making decisions that kill their own people, um, and makes more decisions that are going to kill more people, um, why do you have him as a leader? He's not supporting, he's supporting a very slim population of people who are egoists, misogynists, um, insecure, jealous, greedy. Um, they say they're Christian, but I don't think Jesus would agree with them. We talked about my religion before, and I was raised in a Christian religion, and I still believe a lot of that, but not the way Christians kind of believe today, or the loudest Christians believe today. But I also have a lot of other beliefs that are just my personal beliefs, and so I kind of have my own religion. I think everybody really does. You can call yourself something, but still have other beliefs. So I don't like categorizing or labels, and I've talked about that before. So the here and now is, I think the country is in chaos, but I feel like there's a turn happening. I just hope it's a turn for the better, honestly. And my life is okay. I mean, when I talk about stability, um, I think in a way right now I have it in my personal space. I think the world not so much, but like I said, it's turning and I'm hoping for the better. Um, when it comes to finances, um, taking the side job with a friend, so maybe I can pay PG&E and water and maybe buy some groceries. But I have enough to have people helping me. My roommate's paying more than I am right now. Have people helping me subsist and survive right now. And also people who just, that's the financial part, which, I'm just like, whatever, money. But when it comes to my life, I think there's a lot of people who believe in me and that are bringing me a lot of joy. And I think the people that aren't, don't see me or don't even try to see me or don't want to support me or bring me joy or play. I love to play. um, and or who can't even just talk on an intellectual level. Um, Sometimes I'm just not interacting with them anymore. because they're not bringing anything that I need anymore. And so, but there's a lot of people bringing me joy and making me feel like getting up and out of bed every morning, even if it's really late. And oh, another cup of coffee because my brain is just like, oh. Mm, so good. I gotta get more coffee. Um, the here and now, like I said, is pretty good. When it comes to health, I'm still trying to work that out. I supposedly got on Medi-Cal, but when I try to make an appointment, they say I only can get emergency care. So I have to call Medi-Cal to see if I can get a primary care person so I can be seen. It's been like 3 years since I've had blood tests or pap smear or mammogram. And I do have issues that slow me down sometimes. So it would be nice to get that ball rolling. And I'm trying to work out the health thing. When you think about your finances just to survive, you would like to have finances to survive and actually feel comfortable that tomorrow you're not going to be homeless. And that would be nice. But right now I kind of have that because of my roommate. But then you think about your health. I mean, why would it be important to have your finances in order if you don't have your health? And then the other thing I think that really drives me is love. Um, I would want to have somebody in my life that saw me and accepted me for everything I was, that I could play with and have deep conversations with, and walk along the beach and hold hands and pick up shells and hug and cuddle and all of that stuff. And if it, even further, yeah, sure, why not? But everybody just seems to want to not really connect. It's like everybody's afraid to really connect and be themselves. And I really have a way of seeing who somebody is and the negatives and the positives and making my own decision if I want that in my life. And I think everybody should do that. And um, everybody should be more like me. That's so funny. No. I hope your path in life is adventurous and fun and that roller coaster that we all do. Um, but I hope it's your life. And I hope you bring something beautiful to the world. And and I hope it's a little bit of an adventure for you because I'll tell you a secret. I've talked about metaphysical stuff before, and um, well, I should finish my train of thought with coffee, huh? When it comes to love, I still haven't found somebody to connect with in that way. A lot of people want me in their lives for a lot of different purposes, and I want somebody to wake up to in the morning or go to bed with at night, or even if we don't do that, we talk on the phone before we go to sleep when we wake up in the morning. And when they're working, I drive by with their favorite food for lunch or just drive by and wave and smile and go, "Hey, good looking," something like that. And that they like stop by and surprise me, and even if I look like this or worse, they go, "Hey, gorgeous! I just had to see you this morning, off to work." The one where you don't have to think about that person. You don't have to put in the effort because you want to. You want to see them. You want to put in that effort. I don't know if I'll find that. I don't know if I'll find somebody who feels that way about me the same way I feel about them. So I found a lot of people, but I haven't found that. And I'm not getting younger, so I'm not optimistic about that. But I'm still hoping for the love, right? That love, that you can say anything and there's no judgment, just discernment, maybe. Um, it's like, oh yeah, we've talked about metaphysical stuff before. Maybe I should take another sip of coffee. I don't know. Um, I've talked about metaphysical stuff before, and I've talked about all the different things that I've done in the past, some of the things I do now. I don't really stress on it too much. I try to keep it a little bit hidden because then people want more from you once they see what you can do. And then you don't get to live your own life, and it kind of sucks. So they're like, oh, it's a blessing. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes it's a curse. Don't forget the yin and yang of everything, right? Balance, balance, balance. But yeah, a long time ago, I was in a mode where, like, I could channel and I could read and I could also past life stuff. And with one lady, me and her connected because we had shared past lives together. And in both of them, we were brothers. And one of them was a very adventurous, kind of on the road, hobo-y, Renaissance, maybe a little bit before that, life. And there was a lot to it, but it was very adventuresome and it was a very fun life. And it ended kind of really sad. And but then I had another one with the same person who were brothers again. And it was more like Victorian era, 1800s maybe. And we were accountants or bookkeepers. And we owned a like bookkeeping accountant kind of place together. And we were brothers and we got married and we had kids and we lived the traditional life and it was really fucking boring. And so my point in that is don't be what society tells you to be successful. Don't conform to society's ideas unless that's what your passion is and that's what brings you joy. Be you. Don't be what society tells you you have to be or the government tells you what you have to be. Be you. Use your voice. You were born for a reason to use that voice and be the person that you are. Now, like I said, I always have problems with sociopaths, so don't be that if you can. But I think they're here for a reason too, to show us what not caring is about and how damaging it is when we choose not to care about other people's lives, even if they're not like us. So, that's what I'm trying to say is don't live my life, live your life. And I'll go back to what I told my daughter, and I think I've said this before. When she was really little, she said, do I have to be perfect? And I told her, no, there's nothing that says you have to be perfect. And actually, perfection is an illusion. You can strive for it, but you'll never attain it. Well, it's perspective too, because perfection is perception and perspective. You may already think you're perfect. Guess what? You're not from somebody's perspective and perception. So, but I said, but you always have to be perfectly you. And so I think the here and now is I'm really calm, tired, really relaxed, and feeling okay about where I'm at. I hope you're feeling good about your life and where you're at. And in this very moment, in this here and now. And I'm sure there's a lot more I can say, but I think I've repeated myself and talked on long enough, just like old people do. I know people keep telling me I have to stop calling myself an old person. And I also had a friend the other day. He's like, I'm 30. He's like, I've been interested in you, but if you get any, I told him I had wigs, and he goes, if you wear a wig, I'm really going to have a hard time restraining myself. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, you're very attractive. And I'm like, I said, how old are you? And he goes, 32. But in my mind, I'm 60. And I said, Well, in your mind, you're really close to my age. But in my mind age, I'm 25, so you're way too old for me. So I guess I should say, love your day today. Do something just for you, even if it's small. Any small thing. My birthdays for a long time when I was married and didn't have money, and my ex-husband didn't really celebrate me all the time. I would go to Cost Plus and buy something for like $10 with something that I just liked and that I didn't need. Just to treat myself and make myself feel good and get to give something back to myself. Still working on that, but hope this giving to you helps you see some beauty in your day and love your here and now. Ciao, Bellas.